Election Day is quickly approaching, and in this ongoing Southwest TV News series, we continue to profile the candidates running for a seat on City Council. In today's episode, we begin with incumbent Pat Friesen, who's seeking a second term as City Councilor. Pat Friesen has lived in Swift Current for most of her life, worked in the credit union system for 36 years, and is past president of both the Swift Current and Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce. Now with one full term on council, Friesen is hoping to be back for another 4 years, with a number of items she'd like to address.
Communication is always something that we can do a better job of. This is, our community, so we need to talk and we need to listen to each other and hear each other, and so I think we can always do more communication, better communication, and leave the doors open for people to come forward with their ideas. And I've talked a lot about a balanced approach between our spending and our debt and our taxation. And so that's important to me, is that we get that right and that we consider the needs of our residents now and into the future.
Friesen further adds she'd like to see the community grow and reach the target outlined in the 25 by 25 initiative. However, a solid plan has to be in place, and something she'll work with council on if re-elected.
As far as more people coming here, I think we have to have the climate in place for our business expansion and new business to want to come here. And I think, we've got a big new project with the power plant coming, which is going to help. And we need to continually look for opportunities like that. We can't sit idle and expect things to come to us. We have to go looking, and we have to be aggressive in looking for businesses that'll create employment and bring more people to the city.
Our next candidate in the spotlight is Duane Collier. Duane Collier grew up in Swift Current, moved away in 1974 to pursue his career, and after working abroad in Texas, Pakistan, Thailand, and Abu Dhabi, Collier moved back to Swift Current in 2000. Now overseeing his late father's business Gordon's Light Delivery for the past 16 years, he's ready to run for a seat on City Council, with a number of issues at the forefront of his campaign.
The main things I'm looking at is expenses, debt load, the infrastructure we're working with. Why are companies leaving here and moving outside to the RM? So that money is going outside. Eventually it'll all be part of Swift Current, not in the near future, but eventually. Things like the demolitions that have been going on, what type of planning have been going on there, and is it in the worthwhile of the people that are actually living in those areas?
Collier adds he enjoys living in Swift Current and sees it as a great place to raise a family with a relatively low crime rate, and hopes to see the city more accommodating to new and existing residents into the future.
More affordable housing on not just the south side in the middle of town, have it on everywhere so that people can walk to work. I'd like to see some of the housing come down from the high-end housing down to middle-end so that people can afford to buy some housing, or we're going to lose people that are looking at places that housing has dropped in prices already because of the oil field or whatever. I'd like to see a few more industries come in here so it's more diversified. Expansion of the college would be a great thing because, the kids that we've seen grow up with mine are taking college here, and it's nice to see.
Up next, Lawrence Carr. Lawrence Carr moved to Swift Current in 2010 from Okotoks, Alberta, and now owns Sign Here Signs and Printing and Pro Embroidery. Carr enjoys the many amenities Swift Current has to offer, while maintaining a safe and tranquil community to raise a family, and believes Swift Current will continue to grow with such projects as the Sask Power Generating Facility and improvements to the downtown core.
I think that to rejuvenate the downtown is always what it's all about. We don't want to spread out and then the downtown die. So with the master plan for downtown, I think there's only good things to come of it, and I do believe that before long people will be starting to change their storefronts and moving forward and make the town look really good.
Carr says that if elected, he'll continue to work as a liaison between the local residents and council and help to build new partnerships benefiting the entire community.
candidates. I just think that I have a ability to bring people together. I think I've shown that through the chamber. The chamber and through the city, that wasn't necessarily a real great relationship at one time, and I do believe I worked real hard to change that. So you know, and the way it is now is we do get along very good, and that's what we should be doing. And whether it's the city council and the chamber, or whether it's us in the community or the rural area, I think we should always be working towards that.
Our final candidate profiled in today's feature is Ricardo Moren. Ricardo Moren owns Soup and Such and has called Swift Current home for the past 10 years after relocating from Calgary. Moren ran for city council in the 2009 election and is hoping to earn the voters' confidence this time around with the following key points in his campaign.
Number one issues is public safety, and that means our first responders, our police, fire. The seniors are a great concern for me, as I recently got involved with them with their fundraising events. Also, the Southside residents, I feel that some of their issues have been left in the back burner and not been addressed properly. Also, the suicidal pace of our double-digit tax system here. Every year when you look at your bill and you figure it out, it's double digits, and that's got to stop.
And if elected on October 26th, he'd like to see city deals with various individuals or companies dealt with in a specific manner.
I'd like the city to have personal guarantees when doing deals, loans, investments. This way the city's tax dollars are protected.
This concludes another round of candidate profiles of individuals seeking a seat on Swift Current City Council. As October 26th approaches, Southwest TV News will continue to profile additional candidates running for mayor and council.